As we begin our move into another week during this health crisis, as 2020 Chair of the St. John's Board of Trade, I wanted to reach out to our members on behalf of the Board of Trade in a way aside from our postings on social media or the Board of Trade website. Now, this message is for the entire business community, and indeed anybody who wants to watch. I said when I was sworn in as Chair that the St. John's Board of Trade means business. So do I. But it isn't business as usual anymore, is it? You should also know that as a business person myself, alongside two partners, I share in your stress and your uncertainty. The Board of Trade is continuing to stand by the three pillars of celebrating, supporting, and connecting as we travel through this together. Now, I want to be as positive as possible, but you need us to give you an honest picture. And that picture today is a little unclear, and it's not the prettiest. But it can be better. The stakes are very high for business in this province. Our over 750 members have been calling us and us calling them, telling us about their frustrations. Thank you to them for speaking with us. We've all heard the phrase unprecedented times multiple times. It's true we've not truly seen anything like this before, but let's not dwell on that point. Let's talk more about what there is precedent for. Maybe we've not seen anything like this in our lives, but business here in the grander sense has seen loss before, depression, wars, and we always make it out the other side. Not unscathed, but we make it out. Like any fight or scrap that goes 12 or 14 rounds, we're going to get beat up. That doesn't mean we don't win. We will win. Coming together. There's precedent for that. In that vein, it's time to start coming together more. Many organizations, including ours, are calling on government, writing to government, setting up task forces and working groups. In one sense, I feel like we're a bunch of woodpeckers all at the same tree. Firefighters don't attack a burning building alone. There's no time for that, and the job is too big. It takes a team and a coordinated effort to put the fire out, or it just spreads more. Many of our business organizations have shared views and values, and we can all join forces. In that regard, we've been speaking to many of the other business organizations here in Newfoundland and Labrador. On Saturday the 21st, we saw national business organizations like the Canadian Chamber of Commerce and Business Council of Canada joining to bring messages to government around issues such as the wage subsidy. There is no reason not to do more of that at the provincial level. So last week, those provincial level team efforts started when we joined with groups like the Newfoundland and Labrador Construction Association in calling on our Premier to take the necessary measures to keep cash in the hands of companies. Now, what else is the Board of Trade doing? What steps are being taken? Internally, staff at the board are working remotely from home, doing their part to stop the spread. They have everything they need to help you from a safe distance. Staff under the leadership of our acting CEO, Rhonda Toke-Lane, have been calling all members. We will have reached out to almost 774 members very soon. We are hearing your concerns and are acting on them by doing the things that I'm talking about right now. Our directors and executive, including myself, are heavily engaged in this, all of whom are volunteers. We are working hard to take care of our own businesses as well as do all we can to look out for yours. The board is also showing value during these challenging times by connecting our members via online sessions. They were happening last week and they're going to continue. Topics such as how to cope with the impacts of COVID-19 on your business and building your business in uncertain times. Now, all these details are on our website. I mentioned earlier our COVID-19 task force, which consists of members from the provincial and federal governments, as well as other chambers of commerce and the municipality and the Federation of Labour. They are meeting right now as I create this message. We've also called on the city and asked for their assistance in maintaining cash flow by suggesting that the city considers deferring residential and commercial property tax payments. This will certainly help with cash flow and liquidity for all our businesses. We've been reaching out to our federal members as well. We are asking them to increase the wage subsidy considerably. Moreover, we have asked that the federal government make sure business can cleanly navigate measures they've introduced, because that is crucial to alleviating worry and frustration. Also, we need the federal level to potentially look to grants, not just loans, because many small businesses already have significant debt and owners' risk appetite is very low right now. An entrepreneurial spirit, it's being hurt. It doesn't have to be. Now, all of this does not represent an exhaustive list. Please go to stjohnsbot.ca or look at our social media channels and learn more. It is evolving every day, much like this crisis. I'm asking that everyone focus on what our best outcome can be. We want to come out of this as unscathed and as healthy as a province as we possibly can. To do that, we each, aside from calling on our governments for help and initiatives, must take seriously our personal responsibility to take care of ourselves and one another. No speech from me today about hand washing, but you know what I'm talking about. Let's each please do our part to keep everyone safe and at a safe distance. Thank you from my gut to all the businesses out there that are doing their best to adapt and figure this out. It's a struggle. Whether you're offering curbside food service or making sure your employees have the tools that they need to work safely from home, thank you. Thank you on behalf of the business community to all the doctors and nurses in Newfoundland and Labrador that are working hard to keep us safe. Remember, folks, that local GP clinic you might regularly visit, that is a business too. Remember, government, if there is anything our organizations or our members can do to help, we're here. Where do you need a gap filled? Is it communications? Is it risk assessment? Do government workers in the Department of Health who are working late nights need some meals delivered? Our membership represents all facets of business. You just have to reach out to us too. We hope that our provincial government perhaps will move a little more severely in terms of health and safety. Thank you very much for what you've done to date. There's still time to do more. No business wants to be responsible for unknowingly contributing to the spread of this virus. No business wants to tell their valued employees that their jobs are being impacted because of things which are largely outside of their control. Last, a quick good news story. I spoke to a member today who runs a large business here in St. John's. They called their bank on Friday, re an extension for a line of credit. And outside of the fact that they were on the phone a long time, they got what they needed and they got it quickly. This is going to help them maintain fluidity and employees. We ask that everyone do what they can in dealing with their banks to look for a positive solution. Please go to stjohnsbot.ca. The resources you need are there. We will come out of the other side of this if everybody and every business and all levels of government move quickly and together. Now, much like you, I got to get back to my own business. So keep safe, everyone. Clean hands, clear heads. We'll get through it.